Hello everyone. How are you all? Hope all is well with you and hoping you will have a beautiful and awesome weekend. Guys, you know my thing. You notice I'm always saying be very aware of your surroundings and especially be very aware of the people that are around you, because one thing I know for sure is that people will switch up on you at any time without no warning. I have a way of keeping people on a level so I won't be too disappointed or surprised when they switch up. You see, when the red flag moment comes around, I am already prepared for this because personally, I trust absolutely no one. You see, one of the things I've learned being a Jamaican is that anything can happen at any time. And the thinking of a lot of our people is very strange to understand at times. They will absolutely hate you for no real reason. Check this. They have a style of when they don't know you, they hate you first. And they will find any reason why them hate you. They will have foolish reasons like, me just not like how she look, or me not like how she talk, or me not like how she walk. They will find absolutely anything to hate you for. And that's how it goes. That's the reality. You see, after, when they get to know you, they tolerate you and play along with saying that you are friends now. When you are of some benefits to them, they absolutely love you. And you know why is that? It's because of what you can do for them. And bear in mind, don't get it twisted. Despite what you can do for them, they will still have you up inside because of the fact that you are able to do something that they can't do. Even though they're benefiting, they will still be hating on you just the same. But this time, it's more on the inside. So basically, they play hypocrite to your face and pretend to be a friend. If they then level up to you, they undercover disrespect you, because guess what? Now you are their competition. As Jamaican, mostly all they know about is competing with each other, not complimenting each other, because you could be able to do something and I can be able to do something else, and together it just work well as friendship. No, they must be on top now and able to do everything. For the life of me, I can never understand that kind of thinking. Yet still, they will hold on to you to keep you close because they know you make them look good, and they hate that, but they are still doing it because they want you around. But any chance they can get to undermine you, they know they will get away with it. That's why it is important to listen, and listen well. Read into their subliminary hate remarks. All you have to do is listen well. They may not necessarily want to see you at your worst, but just bear in mind, they definitely do not want to see you better than them. Because guess what? Remember, they need it to serve their own purpose. It is just strange, That's why you have to put levels and distance on how you handle friendships for it to last a long time. As always, remember, familiarity breeds content. So, I've been a fan of Jaii and Walk and Talk on their podcast and find it very interesting. But from he introduced my girl Denique over a year ago, I got hooked on their platforms. But when Walk and Talk joined him as co-host, his natural, realistic, down-to-earth, real-life humor sold the show straight. In my own opinion, Walk and Talk, along with Frais, sell off the show. It's hard to conceive that show without Walk and Talk being a part of it. But something as a fan that I have been noticing over many episodes is that every podcast, Jeffrey subliminary always seem to be this in Walk and Talk. You have to really listen well to hear it. And I often I wonder if Walk and Talk don't notice that. But I guess because of the personality he has, he's a people person. And I guess he has been through a lot, so he just ignores certain things because he's always calm and collective and humorous and down to earth. So, as a fan, I just put it down to Jeffrey is just too egotistic. And it seems in every podcast, he wants it to be known that it's his podcast. And he definitely doesn't want anyone to lose sight of that fact. But I knew one day it would get out of hand, as Jeffrey have a very hype ego and it's obvious for everyone to see it. His podcasts are always interesting. He has great points. He have factual comments and you can know that he is very aware of the topics that he speaks on. And I love the fact that he's a straight shooter of his topics. You can know that he is well learned and so very aware of what is going on around him. That's why I stuck being a fan of the show. All when they had the drama the other day where they were saying that he's a B man and photo hype was saying anybody that sit on his couch is B man as well and straight nation this and that. I still stuck it out because I know that this guy Jeffrey is very smart and he's not saying anything that no one has never said before. He's very articulate and he says what he says and he means what he says, and that is very interesting in a host. I just put it down to photo hype is not really understanding this gentleman and he totally misunderstood what the podcast was about at the time and just took it a bit too far. As I know, Jeffrey is young and is very aware and he have to be balanced in what he says because he's on social media so as not to disappoint or discriminate against any of his fans, as his fans will be all ethnicity, all sex and all age group, and I respect that. But my problem has always been the blatant and constant disrespecting of his co-host Walk and Talks by shutting him up and shutting him down when he has a point where generally the listeners was interested to hear what Walk and Talk was going to say. So you're a co-host. It is really interesting to hear what both of you have to say. It can't be everybody must listen to what you say, concur with your opinion, and take on only your opinion. We want to hear Walk and Talk opinion is to the full length of it. We want to hear what him like and dislike. You have to learn to adapt a style of if you like red and him like yellow, respect it, and know say when agree for disagree, him like yellow and you like red. You can't be constantly bullying him down for him to want to like red because you like red. And it's instances like those that get me a bit turned off about this, because I do love the podcast, but instances like these, like, we want to hear what him have to say. And I notice that is only walk and talk you really do that with. So I think because your name is on every day, or when you're more familiar with each other, that is why you're able to do that. Because I see other people come on for interviews, and even though you're always rigid in your opinions and so on, which are good, they get a chance to speak. But walk and talk, I think you need to give him more time to speak and get his opinion out, because he's a part of what draws us to your podcast, Jeffrey. The funny and interesting thing about it is that walk and talk always have some short argument, and in conjunction with yours, it make good listening. And the thing about it is that walk and talk is always spot on. Whether he's being comical, or he is dropping experience, or he is dropping interest, or an idea or opinion, it is always interesting and we want to hear it. I often sit back and I just shake my head and I wonder why, when people loyal to people and rate a person to the ground they walk on, such person always take advantage of their loyalty, thinking they can treat them any way they feel, as because of their loyalty they won't go anywhere or they will sup anything. So you use them like your soapbox to stand on, so you can either gain other friendship or situationship while throwing them under the bus. That's not nice. This foolishness about the disrespecting of walk and talk between the artists who are your friends, you should have stayed neutral, because they all are your friends, and basically try to just calm down both sides. You straight up look like you're taking sides and throwing walk and talk under the bus, like, rate him and him a second class citizen. It looked real bad. Even though they are your friends, you should strike a balance, because remember that walk and talk is your co-host and supposedly your friend as well. If I was like walk and talk, I'd be thinking, say, me just there because of the business, and guess what happened? You don't really rate me. You rate your artist friends them like when I want crew onto yourself, and walk and talk is standing on the outside. But just remember, they may be artists and producers, but know this: walk and talk is relevant and known worldwide by many people and respected as one legend. However, I think it's time Walk and Talk starts his own podcast. It won't interfere with Jeffrey podcast that they do together, but start something on his own, because guess what happened? The fans are here. We love them both, and just like how we support Jeffrey, we're going to support Walk and Talk just the same. Because Walk and Talk has such a natural gift of human realness and experience to the culture. The thing is this momentary lapse or argument or breakdown between Walk and Talk and Jeffrey is no surprise to me, as there would have been a time when the egos would have to clash. Because it can't be easy dealing with Jeffrey, whose ego take through the roof and hit the skyrocket gone to space. It can't be easy dealing with him on a day-to-day basis. It has its place, on his podcast, but sometimes it's just too much. Sometimes it's like him on fire. It's just a lot. It's just not called for. Based on his attitude, I don't think he needs a co-host. But the thing about it, he and Walk and Talk goes well together as co-hosts. But I would tell you, listen man, just be your own host by yourself and continue doing your interviews because they are very interesting. Because it's not everyone he interviews he can try to diss. So it's always funny to watch that as well. As Jeffrey is indeed good at what he does. But as I said with Walk and Talk, the show sell off in every aspect. Somehow I wish they could make it work. And remember the sponsors that paying for them both to be together and they're making good money. So the realistic thing to do is for them to try and work it out. Business wise, it benefits them both. But Walk and Talk, one legend, take sleep and my death and understand where you stand. And Jeffrey, please allow Walk and Talk to finish a sentence. We enjoy hearing both of your comments. And we're very aware that the podcast is yours. So calm the ego a bit, especially towards Walk and Talk. Because Walk and Talk rate you and loyal to you. Because we know say enough beating in get to being friends with you when that B-man business came out the other day. Just like us fans, we still stuck by you and look past that because we know that not making a B-man. And keep the good interviews coming. Blessings. Anyway guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my platform please. Love you all. Bye for now.